About 18 months ago, we brought you a great story about Australian surfboard maker turned emergency housing builder, Nev Hyman.
Now, Nev sold his board business, that was, to move on to other things. He sold it to the great Kelly Slater and then set about fulfilling a dream to build cheap, sustainable housing out of waste plastic.
There's nothing wrong with plastic. It's the improper disposal of plastic that's the issue. And if we can commoditise waste plastic, we can solve a huge problem around the world.
Nev had his knockers, but a lot has happened since, and he's now beating 25,000 other businesses to win the pitch at the Palace Prize, founded by none other than Prince Andrew.
It's like I've just had the best barrel at Burleigh that I could possibly imagine, and the whole of Burleigh board riders were watching me get the barrel.
Empowering people to go out into their community and pick up that plastic waste and turn it into shelter.
Now the NevHouse business is about to enter a new phase, and we're absolutely delighted to be joined by Nev Hyman, who is on Noosa Beach. We loved talking to you last time about your concept. Now, I have no idea how it feels to ride a barrel at Burleigh, but I'm taking it pretty good. And you're standing in front of one of your houses and holding up a little model one. Can we have a look at the model one that you've got in your hands? Let us see how big it is.
Good to see you, Basil and Monique. That's my little house, and I'm standing in a NevHouse because it's raining. It's Queensland. Yeah. So, yep, that's a little place.
Are they awesome bedrooms up the top, under the roof then? Can you sleep up there as well?
Yeah. Yeah, we can have a loft up there. It's just architecture at the end of the day, but it's a modular kit home, so we can do whatever you like, actually.
Now, just remind everybody again about the inspiration for the NevHouse.
Well, I mean, I surfed in the 70s and 80s in the pristine waters around the world and noticed plastic waste in the environment in the early 90s before there was any knowledge about the Pacific Gyres. And bottom line, I thought, what a great thing to invest in plastics recycling, and it's evolved into this whole scenario about providing houses for the poor and displaced and give some people a bit of dignity, I guess.
It's brilliant, Nev. You're to be congratulated. We love this. Now, initially
Thanks.
it was for people hit by natural disasters and the like, but now you're making homes for the domestic market. Why have you elected to go down that path?
Yeah. Because everybody needs a home. Everybody needs, and there's the housing crisis. This type of home, this demountable permanent home, is a home that you could actually lease. It doesn't need to be tied to land. So it's actually a solution for people that want to put a cabin on their property or actually have aged care scenarios or deal with the homeless. But you need to give people a permanent home in a master plan community. It's not about tiny houses, I'm sorry,
yeah,
that you drive around and park somewhere.
Yeah, it's just brilliant, Nev. How much do these cost and who's paying for them?
Well, anyone from developers through to governments. I've had the opportunity to travel a lot recently and meet with people from all over the world that are interested in this from every level, whether it be the UN and the EU about post-disaster relief through to, you know, the councils around the country that want to provide housing for locals. So it really has gone across the whole genre of affordable housing.
Sure. Can we pin you down on a cost, though? Yeah, what does it cost?
Yeah. Well, what we're standing in now is our first iteration, our first business model, where we are using third-party manufacturers globally. And to do that, there's costs. And this house is probably around about $70,000 to $80,000. So that's not cheap for a community in Indonesia, but it's really a competitive price in the South Pacific, Papua New Guinea, indigenous housing in Australia.
Absolutely.
But when we go to our second model, when we actually start manufacturing in country, which is actually our business model, setting up a thing called a NERF, a Nev Earth Resource Facility. And we will take the waste in the environment, make it into panels of the houses in country all around the world, which will drop the prices of the houses down significantly, and the residual waste we turn into energy. So that it's a closed-loop approach to waste management. No waste going to landfill.
That is just extraordinary, Nev. And is that one of your surfboards in the background there? Are you throwing that in like a set of steak knives?
It is.
Get one with every house.
Actually, see that?
Yeah.
That's actually Firewire surfboards from Thailand. All the waste that they normally take to landfill, they're turning it, and that's expanded polystyrene waste. They're turning that into things so it can be sent, and the logistics of the cost of moving that. But we we're going to grind that down into little particles and turn it into the panels for the houses. So we're taking surfboard waste and making houses.
You're a marvel, Nev. Well done.
It's like Dentel. There's just more, and there's more, and there's more that you're doing. Extraordinary stuff, Nev. We just wish you all the best.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
What
Thank
great
you
work.
very much. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
What a day.